Hello, it's Frank Jerder, That One Web Guy, and I'm back with another video. In this video, I want to show you how you can forward a domain or point a domain to a different location. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to point my I have a lot of resources, and I've had a domain for many years. I used to have a site called frankrecommends.com, and I may go back to that, but I'm not using it currently, and I'm kind of wasting the resource. So I thought for the short term, I would just point it to a portion of my blog. I have a category or a tag on my website called resources or something like that. So what I need to do, of course, is find out what that is. So to do that, I would go to my blog, and I've already done that here. And I've gone to, down here on the bottom, I have a section called resources. I think it's called down here somewhere. Right here it is, called resources. Of course, it doesn't have to be that for you. You could be pointing it to a different domain. You could be pointing it to a service that you have. Like I have a t-shirt service, or I make t-shirts and things like that on Etsy. Instead of giving out etsy.com / blah blah blah, my username / the actual username, the site shopping cart or whatever, I could actually just say go to franknicities.com, which is one of the URLs. You may have a similar thing where you're using Shopify or something like that. But in this case, I'm just going to be pointing to another portion of my blog. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this URL right here. This is the URL that I want to point it to. I'm going to go into my reseller. I use Just Ask Domains, and I log into that account, whether it's GoDaddy or whatever you're using, Enum, whatever. And this is very similar to GoDaddy. I'm using a GoDaddy reseller, but I use Just Ask Domains. I can scroll down to, I want to find the domain Frank Recommends, and I'll search for that, and it pops that up. I can click on this, and I can click forward, and I'm going to be forwarding domains. And it's going to ask me forward HTTPS to the destination, and I'm going to put in that destination, and it says it's invalid because it has that over there, so I need to remove that part of that domain, and it should pick that up. It's still saying I'm using an invalid resource, but that is correct on there because I'm going to be using that as my URL. It asked me for a preview, and see that it did go to there, so it just didn't pick up that I took the HTTPS out. I have the option of saying either it's a permanent forward or a temporary forward. So in the temporary, I'm going to use a temporary forward, which is a 302. So when the search engines see it, they're going to say, oh, this is just a temporary thing. It's going to revert back to something else later. So I can click on save, and it will submit it, and then as it propagates, it'll take just a little bit longer for it to say, okay, we're going to go here instead. That can take anywhere from a few minutes to up to 2 days. GoDaddy will tell you 24 to 48 hours by default, but sometimes it happens quicker. Now I'm going to, just for giggles, check it out to see where it goes. It may just come up to the blank site, and if I'm lucky, it'll go to the, it's going to a different, I have a page set up there. I actually put up a page thinking that I'm going to create something. I was doing a demonstration on a video on the site, and that's what you're seeing here. So eventually that's actually going to redirect back to that resource, to my blog. So that's how you do that. I hope you found this video useful. Go ahead and click the like button. Go ahead and subscribe, and click the little bell there to be notified when I post another video. I'll talk to you again soon with my next video.